well, a friend of mine is dating this guy, right? And she's saying that, I mean, she feels like she needs to bear it all, tell the guy everything she's been through, whatever happened in the past, in order for the guy to know what he's getting himself into. I don't know about that, to be honest, because, I mean, your past is your past. Why would you now meet a new guy and go back to go forward? I mean, I don't understand why she should do that. Me? You're looking at me like, hey, are you serious? No, but I'm serious. I mean, I don't know what to tell her because, really,
okay. So, personally, I believe in full disclosure. Okay, reason being, let me see if I can make sense out of what I'm going to say. Reason being, okay, you're planning on being with this person. Mm-hmm. Okay, the person is trying to get to know you, or you're trying to get to know each other. Mm-hmm. So there are things that obviously the person must know.
Right.
So you give the opportunity for the person to say that, yes, in spite of the fact that I know all these things about you, I am still going to stay. Mm-hmm. You understand? Mm-hmm. Okay. There are people who can't deal with certain things. Mm-hmm. Let's say, depending on what kind of past you had.
Yes.
Let's say you were in school. Mm-hmm. Okay, you used to, maybe because your parents didn't have money, you used to sleep around for money in order to get yourself through school. Mm-hmm. Now, let's not try and run away from this particular thing that I'm saying, because it does happen. Mm-hmm. It has happened. And it is happening. I mean, that's the truth. Yeah. That's the reality on the ground. Mm-hmm. And people do it. Mm-hmm. So you meet up with this girl and she's all nice. She's put herself through school, whatever. Obviously, you'd want to know who her parents are. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily because you're going to get married immediately or going to go do that kind of thing, but you want to know the person.
Right.
Okay. So, and if that was the kind of thing that she did, I'm only using that as an example. Mm-hmm. Trust me, boys go know her.
Okay.
You understand?
Right.
And it's a bit embarrassing. Okay, walking down the street with your girlfriend or with your wife, or you can call it an egoistic
but I know
thing.
the same boys who put her in that situation.
No, it being need the money. It being go.
But if the guys didn't go.
Yeah, well, if you offer yourself, let's be honest, the boys go take advantage of
But
them.
these people judging based on morals?
No. I'm not saying anybody is judging. I'm just saying that it's a bit embarrassing. It's a bit disheartening, right? Fine, and I'm just using this as an example. Okay. So it's a bit embarrassing, a bit disheartening, having to go somewhere, and then some of your boys will call you for side and tell you, say, but this girl, where you know I'm from. The same could apply to a guy. Anyway, this guy, where you know I'm from. And they will give you the girl in rundown. You understand? Now, what will you do in such a situation? Are you going to keep quiet about it, or you're going to
but who should date the girl?
Pardon?
If it's not you, who should date the girl?
No, that's why I'm saying that. Let me know.
Then you know how to defend.
Then I know what to decide.
Right.
Okay, we were all brought up differently. We were all told by our parents, this is good, this is bad, or we were told by society that this is good, this is bad, and that kind. We are a product of our surroundings, whether we like it or not.
Yeah. Agreed.
So those things that we grew up on will affect our decision making. There's no argument about that.
Course.
So if I know, then I decide, okay, I will stay. Then somebody approaches me with that kind of information, I can tell the person, go to hell. Or I know, and I like it. There's nothing that person can do. So you're sorted. But it's different when you don't know. Yeah,
but how about when a person comes up to you, you didn't know, and you say you're sorted, you don't go to hell. I mean, I'm with this girl.
Well,
my thing is, sometimes you tell a guy something, full disclosure, you say everything, and he's going to dwell on that.
And use it later.
Not later, even, the thing is, he's not even going to give you a chance.
You say it, and then because of what you told him, he doesn't want to date you anymore. You move to Guy B, you tell him, he was like, you're telling everyone your business, and they're not even staying with you after that.
Well, you can look at it that way. You can say because of that, you're not going to do full disclosure, and that is fine. You understand? But all I'm saying is, there are people out there who, irrespective of whatever you've done, will still accept you the way you are.
Exactly. So
You
how
see,
about
so
you don't
I would
know
rather-
anything and just date me? You see, look,
no,
okay,
but those
I do not
things, listen,
support
listen.
full disclosure.
Okay,
No.
that's that's your opinion. All
But
I'm
if you
saying
ask
is,
me, I'll give you an answer.
okay.
all
So
I'm
until
saying
you
is,
ask.
but I will ask. I'm a very inquisitive person, so I like to ask questions.
It's not a job
I-
interview. What are you asking?
Well,
really?
but they
Because
only,
me,
I think what you should ask,
Getting to
what
know
you should
somebody.
ask is about you. Like, tell me more about yourself. What do
you
you like?
and yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5
how
years?
do you-
I can tell you, yes, I've been around. Maybe the only thing that you should really disclose is your last relationship. Maybe what led
Even
to
that.
it ending. Even that is
It's
not a
not-
must.
see,
But if you
me-
must do something, maybe
How do
say
you
that.
get to know
Okay,
somebody if
my
you
last
don't-
relationship was a year ago, and it didn't work out because we had trust issues.
How do you get
something
to know
basic. You don't have to
somebody-
dig down.
How do you get to know somebody if you don't, number one, spend time with the person, number two, if you don't ask questions? You understand? Because if
Yeah.
I ask you a question,
You need
if
to
I
ask
ask
questions,
you,
yes.
I will
Yes.
ask you a question.
But it's-
and out
it's
of
called
the
getting
people I
listen,
went
no,
to.
no, I will ask. I want. Look, I believe that sex is also another avenue to get to know your partner, as to whether you're compatible or you're comfortable in that department.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will ask, what are your views on sex? Depending on the answer you give me, I'll ask follow-up questions. Okay? So have you done this before? Have you
Okay.
done that before?
Okay.
And through that, I get to know the kind of person that I am with.
Right.
Okay, sexually, what do you like? Or in your previous relationship, what did you do?
But-
have you ever... You see,
Ni?
there are many
Ni?
angles to...
Ni?
There are many angles to a
I
person.
think-
Yeah,
I
you
think-
can.
Go on.
And asking, wanting to know the person's past. How about you focus on, okay, so which school did you go to? How was your childhood like? And even that, because that helps you know them.
Them.
But if you want to know about
Because
their
you see,
past
me-
relationship, you're asking to know
No,
about
but-
me and somebody else. I don't have the person's permission
You-
to tell you about them.
Well, you can decide not to tell me who the person was. You can decide to tell me the kind of things that happened in that particular relationship or not. Because believe it or not, whatever happens in your past relationship will one way or another affect your next one. Because if you were in an abusive relationship, whether verbally, emotionally, or physically, you would not want your next one to be like that. So
Yes.
the moment you see those signs,
You back off.
you back off. You understand? And that's the reason I believe in full disclosure. Self-preservation is key in every aspect.
As much as I don't believe in full disclosure, there are some things I believe that people should let you know without you asking them. Something like if you've abused the person before and you ended up in court or something, I don't have to ask you. It's something you should tell me
Yeah.
about because you know I'm very likely to find
I
out.
think the-
so,
I
so
think-
that's the same thing.
No,
Sort of the
it's not
same thing I'm
everything that-
saying.
it's not everything. There's some things you know this thing can come up in the future.
Yeah.
So this is something I should open up.
but-
Something like sleeping around for money. I don't see how that should be a problem if I'm not doing that once we are still together. And I didn't rob those people. What are they coming back to say? That they slept with me and gave me money?
Well, you see, unfortunately, people don't want to be with people like that or people who have a
But
particular
people make
kind
those people like that.
No, it was a situation that made the
Ma-
person
well,
like
situation,
that, not people.
obviously.
You
Okay.
understand? So that's why I'm saying that
People and people helped though.
Yeah. I mean, there's
not
happen
help,
on their
but
own.
it's
if- if
There are
circumstances.
humans playing roles in there.
Circumstances drove that person.
But if I'm going
to
around,
do-
if I go out there
That's
and I
all.
want to sleep around for money and nobody will sleep with me for money, where do I sleep? Who do I sleep with for the money?
But you see, a circumstance drove you to do that, and you offered yourself. Yeah, there are genuine people who help you without wanting to do that.
course,
So
yeah.
that is neither here nor there.
there.
I'm just using that as an example, okay, in order to establish the fact that I believe that full disclosure is important. You understand? Because the person you are going to be with also has the right to decide whether he or she wants to be with you based on the things
you told them.
You tell them, or
But that's
based
your
on the
past.
it
Where do you
doesn't-
draw the line?
It doesn't.
You see, yeah,
Would you ever
yeah,
want a private life within the relationship? Something
unfortunately,
to call
because of the
privacy?
kind of job I do, I don't have a private
okay,
life.
this is where I have a problem with the full disclosure.
Okay.
Okay. So I met a guy, and we're talking. Okay, and then he tells me that, and I'm speaking this in the hypothetical sense, and it tells me that he's not dating anybody. He's not married. He is single and whatnot. And then we start dating. Okay. Now I find out that this guy is actually married with kids.
Yeah.
Now I think that he wasn't fair to me, because this is a situation that you are still in. So you need to give me the option to want to be, to decide if I want to be with you or not, irrespective of the fact that you have a wife or not. But the thing is, if you don't give me that option to make that decision, that is where the problem is. So for me, that is where the full disclosure must come, because I didn't know. And then I get my feelings all caught up in there. And then, walking away becomes a problem. And then now I become the one who is wrecking the home. But without society not realizing that maybe I wasn't even told what it was.
So why can't I also be offered that choice to decide whether I want to be with a person?
But it's in the past.
They've told you.
I am a changed person. But yeah, with everything you've done in the past, you would want a girl who would want to be okay. You never expect that again.
I believe in second chances. I believe in giving people second chances. But how do you give a person a second chance when you don't really know what the person has been through? If the person doesn't tell you.
See, my issue about disclosure
is,
at what point should you disclose? I believe that we have the dating phase is different from where you're committed to, say, boyfriend, girlfriend, and you're engaged and married. During dating phase, I don't want to do disclosure, not even half disclosure, talk more full disclosure, because I don't know whether in 3 months' time you're still going to be there.
Because you don't need some of these men will take your story and go and chat it out there.
That is true.
Or some of these women will take your story and go and chat it out there and say, oh, you know this guy.
So until there's a level of commitment, I can't tell you what happens in my life, some of the decisions I made, whether I regret or I'm proud of it.
I agree with you when you say that. I also believe that these things are risks you take. Getting into a relationship with somebody is a risk you take. At the end of the day, you don't know how far the relationship will go.
At least this one, I want to take a calculated risk.
When you sit in your car in the morning,
it's a risk.
It's a risk. Yeah. When I pick up this glass to drink whatever is inside, it's a risk. You understand me? There are risks that we take every single day.
Wait, so have you been in a relationship where you didn't say something to the girl, and then she found out later, and there was some form of
exactly. It's happened before.
What happened?
You understand? I can't remember.
Was the relationship serious at that point?
What happened? What is a serious relationship? What is not
commitment? There's a level.
It's a relationship.
If you do inside, you do inside. We don't get any level. If you do inside, you do inside. If you go on a date with somebody 1, 2, 3, you eat yourself 1, 2, 3. That's a relationship.
Really?
You don't have to put any this on it. If it happens once,
dating.
If it happens once, well, I mean, if you see.
Are you in a relationship with all those people?